Who do you think has influenced you most?
Oh, by far Elliott. I mean, my story with Elliott dates back. I had a idea of lifting, but I think what was so good is Elliott was just a couple years older than me, and he still was training very intense. Whereas other people I coached, they knew their stuff and they coached a lot. I've been coached with guys who worked with pro athletes, but the one thing that was really good for me was, and it was really good. It was kind of a match made, uh, for lack of a better words, in heaven, because Ellie was training strongman, and I was this hungry kid coming off of junior college football, and like every single workout, like he just knew he knew me because he saw a lot of himself, like how he trains and the intensity, and I was able to get that. He was able to bring that fire out of me every single time. And really, here's the thing, like as far as training and coaching, like there's nothing you don't know. Like you can't look up at your fingertips. You could pull up anything you want on Google. You could pull up the best workout in the world for whatever sport it is you play or whatever you want to do. But the difference between that is the environment you train in and the intensity you train in that you could get from your coach. So the one thing that I learned, and really like as you see me when I coach, is one thing I really like to do is try to get in somebody's ear, try to get in somebody's head, feel them out, and really try to push them to that next level. Because you could take one movement, right? Whatever, squats, let's just say for instance, and it could be the most intense exercise you've ever done for that day, or it could be something easy. And you guys know, depending on how heavy you go or how intense you go and how you rise to that level day in and day out. And that's what I experienced from from Elliott, and it was just it was a different style. I had this burning passion to compete at the highest level. I knew exactly what school I wanted to go to. I knew exactly what position I wanted to play. I mean, Miami's a private school. I had everything stacked up against me. I didn't know how I was going to get in, whatever, but I just knew this is exactly what I was doing. And through that training, I think day in and day out, working that hard, it kept aligning itself with the other stuff, meaning like, putting in the paperwork, but doing everything, the steps that I had to take. It wasn't just training and I'm shooting in the dark, oh, I want to go play football. I was very meticulous for that full year and a half because I was coming off of rehab for my shoulder. And everything I did for that year and a half just was a progression, and that to me was one of the biggest experiences of my life as far as with a coach, because it was one-on-one. I've had football coaches and other sport coaches, but it was just one of those where I'll always remember that, and I'll always try to give that back to somebody else. To pay it forward to one of these kids that come in here. I've been working with you for a little bit, but I always want to be able to have somebody experience that as well, because the training aspect of it should never hold somebody back. Does that make sense? If it's some kind of genetics or something with that, or if it's some kind of thing that's out of your hands, but if it's in your hands, if the goal is in your hands, if the dream's in your hands, there should be no reason why that person can't obtain it. And sometimes it takes a little spark from somebody to show them that you can get that.